Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Trudy Show. How's everybody doing? Everybody hanging out, just chilling, enjoying your families, not getting caught up in the pressure to spend our money not wisely. I wanted to come on because I had an experience at work the other day where I had a coworker catch me in a moment where I could have been off guard and I wasn't. And it was, we've all met one in our life. You know who you are. A know-it-all. Always the need to be right, be seen as right, and it can make our lives havoc. So I wanted to come on and share with you the first thing I did. Basically I walked in a room and it's an up and coming individual, and they just wanted to be perceived as being on top of things, know everything, the go-to person. And that kind of level of mentality alone worries me for that individual. Number one, she was a female, and number two, just you will get burnt out and most likely left behind when opportunities arise because you're not being able to see yourself for improvement because of that barrier. And that really is hard for folks. And so that's why I wanted to come on here, because as I get older, Coach Trudy, Coach Ellis, Coach Scooby, I just wanted to come on and help and share my knowledge of how to deal with it, because it doesn't matter whether you're dealing with a know-it-all, someone that judges you, someone that always wants to correct you, always has to be right, just someone that comes in and just sucks the life out of the room. The first thing you need to do is just take a deep breath. And I always take a deep breath and I go, okay, you're gonna try to steal my energy, so I'm gonna do everything I can to protect my energy. I'll if you need help or service, I'm here to help you, but then I'm out. And and that's the limitation with someone that drains me or dealing with know-it-alls, is I'm out pretty quick. Like once I'm done, I get out, like I'm done. But don't worry, we're gonna dive into why, the whys, the hows, and then how do you deal with these characteristics and these know-it-alls. Okay. And I found this interesting. I found some data, I did some research. And the University of Michigan found that people who come across as know-it-alls are overly assertive, often scoring higher on traits like competitiveness. Yeah, no brainer there, right? Because they can't ever lose. But they do score lower on emotional intelligence. And that's where it kind of goes back to where I'm saying, when you're in that mindset, you create barriers for yourself for growth and improvement, because you don't see yourself as ever needing improvement sometimes. And here's a wild fact too. Psychologists estimate that about 5 to 10% of people fall into the always right category because they see being wrong as a threat to their identity. That is so true. And it's not just about an argument for them, it's their ego. And you know what I've said, I say always on the channel, is your ego is not your amigo. So now let's be real for a second, and consistently dealing with this kind of energy, it is exhausting. Like I said, they come in, they suck the life out of the room. And studies show that engaging with argumentative people can increase stress levels, reduce focus, and even affect productivity. And for me, it just makes me want to walk away and say, see you, bye. But seriously, folks, if you don't address them and you don't address this, it can lead to affecting your confidence. And of course, we don't want to avoid conversations, and we don't want to be mean. And, a lot of times people, from my coaching standpoint, a lot of time these behaviors or the way that they act, it's because they haven't had a mentor or anyone that cared enough to stop and tell them what's going on. So here's 3 ways that I handle know-it-alls, okay? And I'm going to share an extra one at the end, and it's the biggest bonus, the way to handle them, okay? So number 1 is don't engage in a power struggle with them, okay? Don't do it, because you will end up so frustrated trying to deal with it that way, okay? So they thrive on winning, so they will never lose. Like, even if they have to lie, they will never lose. All right. So don't get stuck in trying to prove your point. You're playing their game at that point if you're doing that. All right. What I do is I always say, that's an interesting perspective. I've never thought about that. Thank you so much. And I'm like, love and light, gotta go. Because I acknowledge their opinion, so it makes them feel good, right? Because, what they say matters to them at that point. And then I'm not disagreeing with them. I'm not engaging in that back and forth where I'm like, I know you're wrong and I'm going to prove you're wrong. Now, if you're on my team, that's a different scenario. I have had to deal with a know-it-all in a team environment, and it's a lot easier to deal with a know-it-all in a team environment than it is a one-on-one situation. And you just hold them accountable. And you just tell them to please stay focused, get tight, get your work done. Here's my expectations. Let's go. Number 2, use the curiosity strategy. I'm so curious. Because, sometimes flipping the script on them, it really kind of shows them how much they don't know, or maybe they forgot, because they're usually like walking around like, little Google links, or Google, hey, what's up, Google? Just, hey, what's up, know-it-all? And they'll, because they do have a lot of knowledge most of the time in their head. It's just exhausting the way they present it. And number 3, you do have to set boundaries. I mean, it does, and I just said this, it doesn't matter whether it's investing in yourself, creating more time for yourself. Boundaries lies in everything, because basically boundaries, what you're doing is you're painting the canvas of your life. And here's the bonus one, and this is my favorite one, and I'm really a master at it, is kill people with kindness. Because that way I don't hurt anyone. I'm loving on them, but I'm not going to let them drain my energy. And, healing with kindness it's just like, it's being firm and being direct, but not making them feel bad about themselves. Because I don't want to ever make anyone feel bad about themselves, right? And, and even sometimes, like, when they're probably like, okay, Trudy just, is always on the way out. I'm not having a long conversation with them, just out of nowhere, without them even starting the conversation first, especially in your work environments or people or family members. Oh man, I've got a couple of family members. I love them to death, but oof, they will do anything to be right and act like they're on top of everything and they know it all because of their lack of insecurities in themselves. But one of the things that I'll do is I'll just pop up and surprise them with kindness, whether I bring them a cup of coffee, whether I go, oh, you like if I see something that really triggers me, it's sincere, it's not fake. So like if someone walks in and they're looking really good, or I could just tell like something, I will pause and take the time, because that's a way to build relationships professionally and even in your family, right? Like really being able to recognize both sides of the individual. And, setting boundaries with grace, I can't stress that enough. And kindness doesn't mean, killing people with kindness. It says killing people with kindness. Doesn't mean allowing people to walk over you, okay? It's just it's just a way to protect your energy. I'm just going to be honest with you. Bottom line is like, it's just a way to handle the situation, be kind, because it takes a lot more energy out of you to engage in that individual, be negative, or just be kind, be nice, but you can be firm. Like, I'm firm with kindness. Like, that's the coach in me, because if I see something wrong, then I'm a bad coach if I don't say anything. So you can be firm. It's not about letting people walk all over you. Okay. And so that's kind of my final thoughts on this. I just wanted to really kind of reach out to you and ask you, like, how do you deal with know-it-alls? You know, like whether it's in your work environment, your personal life, you know, how do you deal with that? Like, and we can even make it fun. Like, if you just want to give me and Lulu emojis in the chat and I gotta figure it out, that would be a fun way. And in fact, folks, yeah, Lulu, she's not doing too well. So that's why I've kind of been private lately, just kind of spending some time with her. We did find a little lump on her chest, and she goes to the vet on the 30th. So we'll see how she's doing, but she's kind of slowing down. She's behind me at all times. Don't be fooled. She is right over there on that bed, snoozing it up. But anyway, I wanted to come on and talk about know-it-alls. I went over the strategies. You got to take a breath before you deal with them at all times. Offer an unexpected gesture of kindness. Kill them with kindness. Doesn't mean let them walk all over you. I won't let anyone walk all over me. Not at this point in my life. No way, Jose. Okay? Set boundaries with grace. Okay? And protect your energy. I'm all about protecting my energy in 2025 because so far I've had so many challenges come up, and I was like, okay, the universe is really going to challenge me and put me on my game. And so I'm like, okay, here we go. Ding, ding, let's go. Right? So I share that with you. I'm kind of doing a different format. I'm kind of doing my podcast, which is different for me. So I'm kind of finding out the technicals. So if I seem a little scattered, thank you for your kindness and patience with me. Really, thank you. And I'd love to come on and do a live and just kind of figure out how people are handling this, because this is a wave that I've been seeing where people for some reason are so insecure that they want to be seen like they're on top of it, and they want to use others to look taller. Like, I almost feel like they want to like tell you like ding 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 ding, like they just want to be like not only sharing knowledge, because there is know-it-alls that like they're walking encyclopedias, right? They're like a Google chat. They're like a chat GPT or something normally. And that's a positive for me. That those type of people, I get it. Like, they're a little awkward when it comes to like, you know, Q1, Q2, like I say hi, you say hi, but they're like incredibly genius. And I appreciate, in fact, I have a lot of that kind of mindset, even like in my personal life, and I really appreciate them. But know-it-alls are ones that are very insecure, have to be seen as, and just like drain your energy immediately. And as I get older, you guys, you know, my wisdom and my coaching, you know, I can spot bullshit a mile away. And I usually pick up on what people are doing now. Like, I'm just so quick, like there is no filter. You know, I'm just like from thought to form, and it comes out, and I'm like in a nice and loving way, because I never want to frame or hurt or put anyone down. You know, I don't want that toxicity in me or that poison. And so know-it-alls, though, they get underneath my skin because it's exhausting. And I noticed that there's this kind of like, I haven't seen it in a while, to be honest with you. And it seems like there's this escalation of know-it-alls around me. And it's so sad, because it's the least way to make a human connection with another person, to come in and act like you know it all and your shit don't stink. Anyway, I love you. Have a great day. Peace till next time. And you know what? If I don't come on till after the holidays, I hope everyone enjoys it. I have not bought one gift, but I have been having the best time. Doesn't mean that I've made donations, but It doesn't mean that I won't, but it's just not my focus this year. And usually I really struggle during the holidays. And so this year I chose to be happy and enjoy it and not rob me of happiness just based on other people's like perceptions of like the white picket fence and the perfect Christmas. And I'm not saying that that's bad either. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, it causes a lot of stress. And I've also been seeing a lot of people hurt just from the expectations, like if they can't, especially, if they're not able to financially, buy things. And it's not about that, because I'm going to tell you folks, the greatest thing in life you can give people is your time, because you will never get it back. It's the most precious gift. And I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much assets you have. I don't care how much stuff you have. I don't care what kind of job, degrees, all that. Yes, I think they're important. Yes, I'm about education, but time is something that you cannot buy. And so thank you for your time and sharing with me today. I appreciate you. And just know that I am loving on you. I am thinking of you, and just keep moving forward, and we'll become like 2025 for me is going to be about just to continue to improve, and little steps make big things happen. And I think a lot of times people get stuck. So don't get stuck in that rut where it becomes overwhelming. We all get there, and we will help each other, raise each other up to the next level. I'm so excited. Peace.